Hello everybody, my name is Rebecca Grace and I'm a Squarespace expert and website designer and also the creator of the Encyclopedia of Code, which helps non-coders or beginner coders use code in Squarespace. And today we are going to be talking about Facebook pixels, specifically how you can add a Facebook pixel to your Squarespace site so that you can publish ads in Facebook. And so I'm going to specifically talk about people who have a freebie on their site that they then want to lead to advertising a product. And so how can you set up ads on Facebook to target or follow people who look at your freebie, and how do you then target people or record in Facebook those people who then go on to purchase, because you're going to want to eventually retarget your ads or change your ad audience to kind of find a lookalike audience for people that have purchased. But it can't do that if it hasn't tracked who's looked at your freebie, who's actually went through and downloaded your freebie, and then therefore who's gone through and looked at your sales page and so on. And so we're going to look at the different pages you'll need in Squarespace and how you add a Facebook pixel so that it can track who is viewing those pages so that you can publish a Facebook ad. Okay, so I know it's a lot. It sounds really complicated. I promise you it's not as complicated as it looks, but I found it really hard to find this information, and so I'm excited to share this with you today. So there's 4 pages that you're going to want to put on your Squarespace site, and I'm in Squarespace 7.1, but you can do this in whatever version you have. You're going to go to pages, and there's 4 pages you're going to want if this is your setup. So the first is a freebie sign up page. You're not just going to want the subscription page in your footer, because you're going to want to send your ad to a specific sign up page. And a lot of times I have it so that this sign up page is only used by the Facebook ad. That way I can track how many people are coming to it using both the Facebook manager but also Google Analytics. So I create a separate freebie sign up page, so something like this, some sort of tagline to entice them, maybe a picture of the freebie, benefits of the freebie. I usually like to add in this line here so that they know they're going to be signing up for a newsletter. This helps with GDPR. So it's a little bit more transparent that they're going to be signing up for a newsletter. And then I have my newsletter sign up. Mine's showing red because I don't have it connected to an actual storage. But inside of here, you'll want to fill out your information and add storage. And then at the very bottom, this is important, in the post submit, you want to redirect them to a thank you page, and that's so we can see who's actually gone through and fully signed up. So after they sign up, you want to redirect to a thank you page. Okay? And my thank you page is really simple. It's just something like this. It says, congratulations, you're one step closer to XYZ. And then I like to give a little bit more information about where they can find it. So they can check their inbox, for instance, for their free guide. Maybe you have a button here for them to download the free guide. That's up to you. I also like to remind them to check their spam or junk folders and add me as a contact so that my newsletters come through to their inbox and not to spam. Okay, so a freebie sign up page and then a thank you page that they're redirected to after they sign up. Now, if you're going to eventually, through your newsletters or emails that you send them, pitch a product, then you'll want to have a sales page for that product. Again, I like to have one that's specific to, let's say, an ad that maybe I'm publishing on my product or something. So you're gonna have some sort of sales page. And then however you go through for them to purchase, whether that's through member space or member areas or a product on the page, however you have them purchase, you'll want that to send them to a thank you page as well, so that we can see, that they've actually gone through all the way to purchase. Okay, so a freebie sign up and thank you, and your product page and thank you as well. Once you have these set up, we can go through and add the pixel. So you're going to go to your events manager in Facebook Ads Manager. So you're going to go into your Facebook business. You're going to go to the events manager. And we're going to add some data sources. So you're going to connect a data source. It's a web event. We're going to add a Facebook pixel. You can just push continue here. We're going to name it. So one pixel you may want is just a generic how many people are coming to view your page. And this is helpful for if you're going to target an ad towards anybody who's viewed your website, anything on your website. So you might just want to put your website name or website views or anything that you can name it to know that this is just generic views on your whole site. And then you're going to enter in your domain name. This will be your live domain name, not your Squarespace campaigns, but I'm going to just grab this for now. And we want to manually add it. So you don't want to use the partner integration. That's just going to have you add it generically. We want to manually install this code. And all you're going to do is copy this code and go to Settings, Advanced, Code Injection, and you're going to pop it right into the header. Okay, and you'll see in here that is tracking page views, and because it's in the header, it's going to track all of the page views on every page of the site. Then you can push continue, continue, and continue. If you haven't verified your domain, you're going to verify that, and then push continue and go to Pixel Overview. Okay, so this is the views on your site, and it hasn't received any activity, so we can test the event to make sure it's working. We're going to enter the URL in and open the website. Again, use your live domain, and when you come back in here, you should see that the page view has been processed because we went and we viewed that page. Okay, so if it says that it's working, then that means the pixel has been created properly. Okay. You may find that you get this kind of little warning symbol, and that's because we haven't set up which events we're converting for, and so you may have this little error message, but don't worry about that too much yet. We'll go into how to set up your converting events once we've set up all of your pixels. We're now going to repeat that same step with all 4 of our other pages that we want to track events on. So we're going to connect a data source. It's a web event. Facebook pixel, continue, name your pixel. I'm going to name it as freebie landing page, and we need to find the URL. So let's go to pages. I've just named mine something generic, but obviously I want to name it something related to you. Next, we're going to manually add it, copy code, and this time we're going to put it in the page's gear icon. And if you click this little gear icon next to the page, advanced, we're going to paste it in here, and this is going to track the page view of this particular page. And so we're going to click Save, Continue, Continue, just click all the way through. We're not going to set up events yet. We're going to test the event. Again, put the URL in here. You'll again want to be using your live domain name, not your background Squarespace one. But as this is just a template, I'm going to use that. Okay. And then you should see that a page view has been processed. Okay. And we're just going to keep doing that for all of our pages. So connect the data source, connect, Facebook pixel, continue. We can just as freebie thank you page. Manually add the code. We're going to copy it, go to the page's gear icon, advanced, add the code in there and save. Continue, continue, and then test it. Connect a data source. You'll want to give a bit more information into what sales page it is. Manually add, copy the code, go to the advanced, paste it in, save, continue, continue, and test it. And finally, the purchase thank you page to know somebody has gone through to purchase. Manually install, copy, advanced, in the header, save, and go through. We're going to test. So once we're done all those, you can set up your events. Now you might not want events on all of these. Again, I like to use this to view how many people are actually coming onto the page. You could use Google Analytics for this as well. But what I'm going to do is add some events to my thank you pages. And so on my freebie thank you page, I'm going to click to add an event from the pixel. I'm going to open the event setup tool. I'm putting the URL in here. We're going to the thank you page. And opening the website. Again, yours you want on the live domain. Because I'm using a trial site, it's just going to be on in the editor, but you want yours on the live version of the page. So in here, I'm going to track the URL. I'm not looking for them to click on a specific button. I'm just having them track the URL. And I'm going to set this as a complete registration button. Okay, so when they come to this site, I'm going to flag that as they have completed their registration. You could also say this is a lead if you like. It's really up to you what you add these in, and these translate to your ads. So you can play around with what you want it to be linked to. But I'm going to set it up as a complete registration. It's up to you to determine what these mean for your business in terms of the event. Then I'm going to click Finish Setup and Finish. And if I refresh here, under my freebie thank you page, I should see a complete registration. If they view this page, they've completed the registration. I can also then set up my sales page event from the pixel, open the event setup. And again, you can determine what this page and what on this page, what that means to you. For example, you can track the pricing button as, initiating checkout or adding to their cart, or starting a purchase or whatever, adding to the wish list. So you can kind of determine what that means for you. And here I can start it as, initiating the checkout. You can also choose the value of that if you want. So you can choose a value. In this case, if I choose a value on the page, it would be this one. And so on, or you can choose not to include a value and then confirm. So I could also track the URL if I wanted and say that this is a lead. If they're viewing, it's a lead, and so on. So you can choose what these events mean to you and then click Finish. And then on my purchase thank you page, I'm going to add an event with the pixel. If the Facebook helper doesn't fire, sometimes I find just going back and trying again or refreshing the page. And in here, I'm going to track the URL and say that this is a purchase event. Okay, we can use the value from the initial checkout or choose a value on this page and so on, and then confirm. We're going to finish the setup. And there you have it. You've added a Facebook pixel to several of your pages for page views. Then you also have set up these different events for your page. So when you go to create a Facebook ad and it's asking you what you're targeting, you can target a complete registration, or you can target a purchase or something. That is your ad's goal. And so if you're doing an ad for your freebie, you can then say, okay, I'm optimizing this for completing the registration. Or if you have an ad for your sales page, you're optimizing this for a purchase, and so on. It can track who from your freebie then goes through and eventually purchases on your site, and so on. Okay. Once you're done this, we do want to set up your conversion events, because you're allowed to kind of rank them in what's important for your business. Okay, so if you go to review, you can go to web configuration events. Okay, and you can look at the different events you have. These are the ones I have currently on my actual live site, and you can go and manage them and choose what the order you want. So in my live site right now, my highest priority is 2 different purchases. If they purchased this bonus, it meant that they purchased right away. If they didn't, it means they didn't purchase right away. And then my completed registrations for my different freebies and events. And so I've chosen what is most important to me to least important. So you can rank those different events that you've created. And that is it. That is how you set up your website for freebies and purchases and conversions with Facebook pixels to properly track them so that you can use them inside of your Facebook ads. If you enjoyed this tutorial, make sure you like and subscribe to my YouTube channel. If you are watching this on your blog, then make sure you sign up for the freebie in the footer so that you can be notified when new tutorials are being posted. Until then, that is how you use Facebook pixels in Squarespace.